Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Scioto, Illinois, as we are here at Bauman Field for West Prairie Southeastern Cyclones football against the Pawnee Indians. I'm Dwayne Hulett. We have Will Phelps on the camera today. Greg Phelps is down doing his normal announcing duties and rocking the microphone per usual. You missed the Cyclones a few minutes ago, but I'm sure we'll hear that again before the end of the day. It is, as you can see, the 3-2 Indians against the 4-1 Cyclones. And I forgot to change the logos on the scoreboard. That was nice of me, wasn't it? You can tell which game I did last night. We'll change those real quick, folks. Give me just a second here. I don't have the right Indians logo probably, but we'll see if we can find something that'll work. Actually, we'll just take the logos off. That might be even better. Apologize about that. There we go. We'll go with that. Indians and Cyclones here today from Bauman Field. It is a hot one. This is the first time we've seen the Indians as they come on the field right now. It's the first time we've seen the Indians with their gear on. They had taken their entire pregame warm-ups and just pants, football pants and T-shirts. They didn't put their pads on until right now. I can't say that I blame them. Cyclones getting ready to come on the field now. Week 6 of the I-8FA football season, and we're still starting to really get a look at the playoff picture in the I-8FA. Of course, the top 16 teams make the playoffs for I-8FA, with the highest seed playing the first round game, and then the team that did not host a home game in the first round will host a home game in the second round. If they both hosted home games or they were both on the road, the team with the highest seed will win and have the home game on game weekend number 2, and it'll go on through down that way. So we get ready for the national anthem. We'll take our first break as they play the national anthem, and we don't want to get a hit on YouTube. We'll take a break, and we'll be back on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH, right after this.
I went through MDH when we were trying to get pregnant. We were struggling the first year, and then when we got pregnant, I stayed at MDH and through labor and now for pediatrics. My experience was nothing short of phenomenal. I was met with amazing staff members who helped me through concerns that I had when she was first born, helping me learn how to be a new mom. It was really reassuring and comforting knowing that I had so much support and kindness around me. My entire pregnancy at MDH was amazing.
At Western Illinois University, leathernecks don't just blend in. Our purple stands out. Our students are innovative, creative, and resilient. At WIU, there's limitless potential, with campuses in Macomb, the Quad Cities, and online. Visit wiu.edu/potential to become a leatherneck and get an education that stands out.
Well, I've always had an interest in the medical field, and then growing up, I actually went through physical therapy myself for an injury, and that got me back to playing my sports and the activities that I loved. So seeing that firsthand, I got to see how much physical therapy could really benefit us.
And welcome back to McDonough Telephone Cooperative coverage of West Prairie sports. Here is the West Prairie Southeastern Cyclones take on the Pawnee Indians. Thanks to Greg Phelps, we'll take a look at the starters for both teams. At wide receiver and cornerback for the Cyclones, number 2, Braden Copeland. Other cornerbacks, Brody Cordell. Mitchell Wilcox, number 6, is a wide receiver. The quarterback today is going to be Tristan Hester. He'll wear number 16. Running back and linebacker number 21, Xavier Hilton. Austin Nelson will be a running back and a linebacker, number 34. Number 42 is Clayton Hunt, outside linebacker and linebacker and offensive lineman. Carter Hitz is an offensive lineman and a defensive lineman. Drew Powell's a defensive lineman. Mike Kikich, the offensive lineman, he's the center and a defensive lineman as well. For Pawnee, defense is Eric Bettis, number 7. Offense and defense, number 9, Carson Wart. Caden Ward, number 14. Owen Brown will be number 24 instead of number 21 on the schedule. Might have heard he forgot his jersey. Kicker Austin Fagans. Nick Rice. Colin Chevalier. As we get ready to kick off here, it'll be West Prairie Southeastern with the ball first. Still waiting on the whistle from the officials to get started here. Mark Rotifer and crew on to do the game today here from Scioto. And we are underway. Kick down to about the 23-yard line. It's picked up. It's going to come near side, then back through the middle, out across the 35 to the 36-yard line. The return for the Cyclones by Braden Copeland, and it'll be 1st and 10 Cyclones. See where they're going to mark it at. They're going to take it all the way back to the 35-yard line. I thought he was past the 35, but they called it 35. Dave Hasley sets the ball down there. I believe that's who that is, and we are ready to go here as Tristan Hester, under center. Going to take the handoff to the fullback. The ball carried by Austin Nelson. Five-yard gain for Nelson. And it is going to be 2nd down and 5 for the Cyclones. Hester back under center one more time. This time handoff's going to go to Xavier Hilton. He's going to be stopped in the backfield. A big play back there by number 77, Caleb Robinson, a 5'10", 203-pound linebacker, a junior for Pawnee, and it's going to be a loss of 3. It's going to bring up 3rd down and 8. They got him listed as a linebacker, but he's not really lining up in a linebacker-ish position. He is a standing position on the left side again. They've got a 1-down lineman defensive formation. Hester throws short. It's going to go to Nelson, and he's going to be stopped short of the 1st down. That's another not real good spot, I didn't think, but it's going to be a gain of 7. Make it 8, a gain of 8. Cyclones are going to go for it on a 4th and 1 here. Right side, he's going to be stood up short of the 1st down. It's going to be a turnover on downs. That time on the stop, number 47, Grant Walker, as Nelson was stopped at the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 1, and it is turnover on downs. 1st down for the Pawnee Indians now with the possession back to Pawnee. Two wides far, one near. Lone set back to the right of the quarterback in a shotgun formation in motion. Handoff's going to go to the setback. He's got some running room. He's going to bounce it left. He might go. He's at the 20, 15, and he's brought down from behind, and a horse collar tackle is when he called on number 42, Clayton Hunt, but it was a touchdown-saving tackle of number 9, Carson Wart. 33 yards on the carry. Penalty for West Prairie. Going to be a 15-yard variety, I do believe. Half the distance to the goal, actually. So a 5-yard penalty, even though it was a personal foul. First and goal at the 5 for Pawnee. The Indians looking to score quickly here with the 9:52 mark of quarter number 1. Here from Scioto, Illinois, you're watching I8FA football on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH, as McDonough Telephone Cooperative brings you West Prairie Southeastern Cyclones football. Handoff's going to go, and a double handoff, and it's going to go bounce outside, and a touchdown for Dakota Coyne. That's a 5-yard touchdown run. And with 9:33 remaining in the first quarter, Coyne gets the 5-yard run. And they're going to go for 2 here, are the Indians. Quarterback number 14, Caden Ward. Going to take the snap. Looks left, nothing there, and he's going to get brought down. Carter Hitz and friends there on the tackle. Looks like it was Carter Hitz and number 50, Drew Powell, on the stop. Point Pete, or the run, no good. And it is 6-0. Pawnee as we work to complete quarter number 1. 9:33 remaining in the first quarter. Pawnee takes an early lead over West Prairie. We'll take a break and be back on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH, in just a couple seconds.
After my appointment that day, I just made up my mind that I'm going to have my baby here in Macomb and this hospital, because irrespective of where you're from, who you are, it's just their line of duty to make sure they give care, make you comfortable.
I thought about the staff of MDH, they're all good. And you get all the support you need. This is just the best place for you and your family.
Welcome back to Bauman Field here in Scioto, Illinois, as the Medina Telephone Cooperative brings West Prairie Southeastern Cyclones football to TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. Well, thank you for joining us. 6-0 Indians early in this one. 9:33 to go in quarter number 1. The Cyclones took the opening drive, tried to go for it on 4th and 1 at their own 44-yard line. They did not make it. A handoff on the first play goes for 33 yards and a 5-yard penalty, and it ends up being a first and goal at the 5. And then it was Dakota Coyne who scored from 5 yards out for the Indians to make it 6-0. The 2-point run failed. And it is 6-0 for the Indians here early. John Burton, you should be working, buddy, but thanks for joining us. We appreciate it. John, one of our regular commentators. Appreciate him joining us. Squib kick this time. Going to roll all the way to the 31-yard line. It's picked up there, bounces sideways, and going to get out across the 35. And then wrestles his way forward. A good run for Brody Cordell. And he's going to get out close to the 40, about the 38 or 39. See where they mark it at here. It is going to be at the 40-yard line. Boy, that's pretty generous. Thought maybe they shorted him a little bit on the last spot or two, and then that one they gave him a yard extra. So here we go. Hester is going to be back in a shotgun formation. 2 slot receivers both sides and a wideout both sides. He's going to drop back. The left-hander looks left or looks right, throws it, it's completed, and breaking through a tackle, getting out near a first down. The pass completed, I believe, to number 6, Mitchell Wilcox. It's a gain of 8. 2 8-yard passes for the Cyclones, and now they go back to their I formation, two wides. Handoff's going to go to the fullback, Nelson. He'll get the first down. First down for the Cyclones. Nelson gets a 2-yard gain. He's got 6 on 3 carries. Go back and give him another yard on that other pass. 2 throws, 2 completions, 17 yards total. He's going to drop back to pass again. Across the middle he goes. This time it's short, intended for Wilcox again. Goes wide right a little bit. First incompletion of the game for the Cyclones. Handoff, inside handoff is going to come left side. Handoffs to Nelson. He goes for a gain of 2. It's going to bring up 3rd down and 8. 4 carries for 8 yards, 2-yard average for Nelson now. Copeland comes out. Wilcox comes out. It's 3rd and 8 in Indians territory for the first time for the Cyclones. They've got it at the 46-yard line of the Indians. Wrestling forward. That's Nelson again. Give him another 2. It's 4th and 6 for Cyclones. In Indians territory, looks like they're going to go for it again. It's a long 6. That was a very short 2-yard gain, but Hester brings the play in from Coach McCormick. Mikey Kitch walks to the ball first. Wilcox goes to the wide out far side. Nelson, slot receiver on the far side. Xavier Hilton on the float pass. He rounds the corner, but he's going to be brought down, I think. He got very close. Great defensive play out there again by number 77, Caleb Robinson for the Indians, and it's going to bring up 1st and 10 Indians at their own 40-yard line. So 6-0 the score. Indians have the ball for the second time as we work through the first quarter. 6:52 remaining here in quarter number 1. Live from Bauman Field in Scioto, Illinois. The grain bins in the background. Always a great setting here. A Friday night game is awesome here when the sun goes down. Pitch is going to come near side. Around the corner goes Kone, and he's going to be driven out of bounds by Xavier Hilton, but not before he gets a 6-yard gain. 11 yards on 2 carries for Kone. 2nd and 4 for the Indians. Kone came in motion that time and came around the opposite side. He got a double handoff for a touchdown. Ronna Cole, thank you for joining us today. We appreciate it. Everybody's watching. Hop into live chat. Tell us where you're watching from, who you're cheering for. We love to see that. Love to talk to you. If you have any questions, we'll try to answer them. Down to approach the 6-minute mark, 6:05 to go. Kone in motion again. This time to fake handoff. Quarterback keeper. He's got running room. He has a first down and a whole bunch more. He's going to run out of bounds at the 35-yard line. Caden Ward on the carry for a 19-yard gain. Second first down of the game for the Indians of Pawnee, who are driving again at the 35-yard line this time of the Cyclones, as they look to go up 2 scores here with 5:55 remaining in quarter number 1. Kone in motion again. Ward takes a snap. He's going to look for the option left this time. Pitches out. It's fumbled. The ball's on the ground, but it looks like the Indians are going to fall on it. They do. And I'm not sure if it was Kone. It was Kone. It came up with the football, I think. It was either Kone or Wart who came up with it. Loss of 1 on the play. Kone was the one that dropped the football, so we'll give him the loss on the play. Clock still running. 5:23 to go in the first quarter. Ward has Wart beside him. No motion this time. Ward drops back to pass. Looks right the whole way, and it almost picked off. What a job of breaking under the pass route by Clayton Hunt in a near flat, and he got both hands on the ball. Pass was intended for Ethan Fulton, but Clayton Hunt did as good a job as you're going to see, cutting inside the passing lane, cut underneath the route, had both hands on, just couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete for Ward, and it is a 3rd down and 11 for the Indians now. Ward, Kone in motion again. Fake the handoff, gives it to Wart. Wart's got running room. He's going to bounce it outside, breaks a tackle, and he's at the 20. 15 cuts inside, or tried to cut inside. Clayton couldn't get there. Clayton Hunt going to throw him down, but it's going to be a gain from the 36 all the way down to the 13, a 23-yard gain for Wart. He has 55 yards on 2 carries to this point in the game, and it's another first down for the Pawnee Indians, who have yet to have a penalty either. 4:59, he ran out of bounds, so the clock is stopped here in the first quarter. 1st and 10 at the 13 for the Indians. In motion goes Kone. Fake handoff. Ward rolling right. He's got a receiver breaking open, and a pass is good. Touchdown for Riley McElroy. 13-yard touchdown pass. And the Indians get on the scoreboard again in the first quarter with 4:51 remaining. And quarter number 1, Ward to McElroy. It's a 13-yard pass, and they're going to go for 2 again. Full house, stacked formation here for the Indians. Handoff's going to go up the middle, and nothing doing that time. The big fullback took the ball, but Xavier Hilton was having no part of it. The carry, I believe, number 33, Nick Rice on the carry. He was a fullback, but he didn't go anywhere. Xavier Hilton and then some friends joined in. Run fails again. And with 4:51 remaining in the first quarter, the Pawnee Indians have found their way to a 2-score advantage. 12-0 here at West Prairie High School. Well, the old West Prairie High School, technically, I guess, as we are in Scioto playing at Bauman Field. Tell you, this game being brought to you by MTC Communications. Having slow, unreliable internet just doesn't cut it in 2023. MTC Communications offers lightning-fast, reliable fiber internet, video, phone services, and camera systems to the McDonough, Henderson, and Hancock County areas. Visit mtc.crowdfiber.com to check your availability. and Country Financial agent Brett Powell. Your farm is your legacy. As a leading farm insurer, Country Financial is here to help protect it. Call Brett Powell, your local country rep, at 309-652-3889 for a free quote today. And Ryden Farm Supply, located in the heart of Walnut Grove and in business since 1974, Ryden Farm Supply can meet all your needs for LP, seed, fertilizer, and farm chemicals. Their LP service is unmatched in the area, and as a customer, they will take care of you. Give them a call today at 309-772-3121. So back to return the kick for the Cyclones. Going to be Braden Copeland, number 2, and number 5, Brody Cordell. On the kick again for the Indians, going to be number 22. That's Austin Fagans. Fagans, probably. As we get ready to go here. 12-0 to score, 4:51 to go in the first quarter. Pawnee with the lead over West Prairie Southeastern. Another squib kick, going to be picked up by Nutback at the 40, and he's going to go down, take a knee at the 43-yard line. They may mark it at the 42, though. We'll see. Yeah, they're going to mark it at the 42 before 1st and 10. Cyclones at their own 42-yard line. That's where we'll start things off here and for their third possession of the game, as Tristan Hester is over getting a play call from Coach John McCormick. Hester in the shotgun formation. He's going to look to pass again. Goes middle. The ball's fumbled. It's caught and it fumbled, and it's going to be recovered by Wart. The pass was completed to Braden Copeland, and he drops the pass. A turnover. And 1st and 10 Indians at the 41-yard line of the Cyclones. Get ready to go back the other way now. Left side it goes. Kone on it. He's got running room around down the sideline. He tight ropes it and he steps out of bounds. That was a late whistle for where they marked it at. They're going to mark him out at the 25-yard line. That's going to be a 16-yard gain for Kone, excuse me. He's going to have 4 carries for 26 yards now. And another first down for the Indians. That's their 4th first down. All of them are on the ground to this point. They did throw a touchdown pass. And we're going to stop play, and Clayton Hunt's going to have to come out. The officials stopped it and sent him out. Not 100% sure, but he might have got hit in the unmentionables. Clock stopped at 4:33 remaining in the first quarter. Ward in the shotgun formation. 2 wide receivers near side, 1 far. In motion goes Kone. Fake the handoff, second back through is the setback, and it's Ward, and he's going to go in for a score. 25-yard touchdown run for number 9, Carson Ward. And the 25-yard touchdown run gives him 80 yards on 3 carries. And with 4:26 remaining in the first quarter, Wart runs in from 25 yards out. And it's 18-0. 2-point conversion to come. Going to throw it left side. It's completed, but held short. Pass is no good. take a break here on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH, and we'll be back in just a moment as McDonough Telephone Cooperative brings West Prairie Southeastern Cyclones sports to TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH.
I chose the MDH OBGYN group because I've heard wonderful things about Dr. Smith. And upon entering the office, I really got along with everybody and got a warm feeling. The staff is warm and inviting and welcoming. It's a small community, so it's a really nice hospital to have here in the rural area. I continue to choose MDH because of the relationships I have. I really enjoy everybody here.
And welcome back to Bauman Field as we get ready for the kickoff. I want to say hi to, I believe, Dave and Shelly Rang watching. That ball's going to go out of bounds on the kickoff. Watching from Maryville, Tennessee. Cheering on Pawnee and number 9, Carson Wart. Perfect time to say something there. He just ran in from 25 yards out. He's got 3 carries. The shortest carry is 23 yards. And it'll be 1st and 10, West Prairie Southeastern at their 42-yard line again. They called an illegal procedure against, or an out-of-bounds kick, I should say. And it's going to be at the 46-yard line. I thought it went out at the 42. Apparently went out at the 46. So it'll be 1st and 10. That's Xavier Hilton. He's trying to keep the quarterback keeper, and he slipped in the backfield. No gain for Hilton. He's still got 2 carries now for -3 yards. Hilton taking the direct snap that time. Nelson bringing the play in now. As the Cyclones switching things up a little bit. Tristan Hester is on the sideline. Shotgun formation now. I don't know if that was supposed to go to Hilton or Hester. They both tried to fight over it, and they fumble it, and back in the backfield again for a tackle is number 33, Nick Rice. Hilton came up with it. He's going to lose 11 on the play. He's got -14 yards on 3 carries, and it's 3rd down and 21 for the Cyclones with clock running, 3:15 to go. Hester back in after a 4 wide receiver set. He drops back, looks right, throws underneath, and it's almost picked off by Wart, but it's going to fall incomplete. It'll be 4th down, and I would imagine the Cyclones will punt now, facing 4th and 21 here from their own 25-yard line. Brigham Gray. Hester still out there. Hunt walks off. Back to kick's going to be number 34, Austin Nelson, on the punt. Wart. Center is out for 1 play. That's not good when it's your long snapper. Now who's going to snap the ball? Coming in to snap is going to be number 35, Eli to counter. No pressure, kid. Just go in there and snap the ball 12, 13 yards, cold off the bench. He gets it there. Nearly blocked. He's going to send it out into the bleachers on the far side. He just had to get that one away. He didn't have much choice. See where they mark it at here. Walking it forward. Supposed to walk it forward. They didn't really do it the way you're supposed to do it, but they did it. Got it up to the 49-yard. Well, where are they going to mark it? They just keep moving it. I don't think they really know. We'll say the 49-yard line of the Cyclones with 2:57 to go in the first quarter. Oh, yes, it should be AR. I'm sorry. You are correct. That looks better, doesn't it? Handoff's going to go to Wirt. Wirt on left side. He's going to be 10 yards, 12 yards, and knocked out of bounds. It's going to be a first down. Give him 12, his shortest run of the game. He's got 4 carries for 92 yards now. So we're up first down and 10 from the 47-yard line, 37-yard line, excuse me. 5 first downs, all on the ground now for the Pawnee Indians. Ward shotgun formation again, Wirt beside him. He's going to throw left this time, and nothing doing over there. That was a pass completed to Riley McElroy. So Ward completes the pass, but he's going to lose 5 yards. Second and 14 for the Indians. As Xavier Hilton trying to stretch out a cramp in his left calf, it would appear. Ward again, Kone in motion. Handoff's going to go to Ward. He's going to bounce it outside, and he's got a ton of running room. He had a blocker if he'd have waited on him. He did end up breaking that tackle, and he might go. Wirt to the 5, touchdown. A 42-yard touchdown run. 134 yards now on 5 carries for Wirt. And I'll put the score up now so I don't forget it, AR. 24-0 the score. 1:49 remaining in the first quarter. 42-yard run. Point after attempt coming here. It'll be a 2-point conversion of some sort. More conventional formation for the Indians this time. Ward's going to take the snap, fakes the handoff, looks left, throws left, and overthrows Ward, who is his intended receiver. Run pass fails again. They've had 2 runs fail and 2 passes fail now. And it's 24-0 here at Bauman Field as the Pawnee Indians having their way with the West Prairie Southeastern Cyclones at the moment. We will tell you there are some key players not in the game for the Cyclones today. Aiden Akers unable to play. Starting quarterback Cam Kramer unable to play, among others. So some key positions missing right now. For the Cyclones, and it's showing a little bit here. Is that last drive they tried to do a couple different things with Hilton and Nelson and had some mix-ups in the backfield, and then ended up punting it on 4th and 25. It's going to be another kickoff here for the Indians. Squib kick, bounces and picked up far side. And he might go. He breaks one tackle, breaks another. That is Mitchell Wilcox, who picked up the onside kick and takes it down into Indians territory at about the 31-yard line. First down Cyclones at the 31 of Pawnee after a 24-yard return, or a 19-yard return, give or take a couple yards for Wilcox. He picked it up right at the 50 and beat everybody down the sidelines. It's going to be 1st and 10 Cyclones at the 31-yard line of the Indians. 24-0 is the score, 1:43 to go here in quarter number 1. It's been a very long one. A lot of scoring for Pawnee. A few incomplete passes adds to it. Here goes Nelson in motion. Handoff's going to go to him, and he meets a white and blue and red jersey in the backfield. That was number 47, Grant Walker, who was there waiting on him. He had a lead blocker, but they ran right by Walker. Nelson gets dropped in the backfield, and he's going to lose 4 on the play. 6 carries for 6 yards now. It's 2nd and 14. Clock running. 1:12 to go in the first quarter. Cyclones probably be happy to get this quarter over with and move to the second and see if they can change their fortunes a little bit. Hester's going to take the shotgun snap one more time. Hilton to his right. Nelson is in. Hester keeps it. He rounds around left side thinking they could get some misdirection. They did not fool anybody. First person back there was Caden Watts, and then coming up to finish the job was Wirt and number 77, Caleb Robinson. It's another loss on the play, this time of 2. A loss of 2 for Hester. Brings up 3rd and 16, and now a sack as Hester dropped back to pass, and he had no time at all on the blitz coming to make the tackle. Let's see what number that was. It was number 35, Colin Chevalier, the 6', 175 sophomore, makes the tackle. It's a 8-yard loss. An 8-yard loss for Hester. We got negative 10 yards rushing now. And it's going to bring up 4th and 24 for the Cyclones as the first quarter comes to an end. We'll take a break and we'll be back on TSSR Game Time Live presented by MDH. Right after this, as McDonough Telephone Cooperative brings West Prairie Southeastern Cyclone Sports to TSSR Game Time Live presented by MDH.
Working at MDH feels special to me because I'm also from a small community like MDH, and I love to be able to care for communities like this and be able to give them high standards of excellence with medical care as possible. You know, some people like to take more of a medical approach to their care. Some people like to take more of a holistic. And I just want to be able to make their plan of care as individualized as possible.
And welcome back to Bauman Field. 24-0 into the first quarter as we get ready to start the second quarter. Cyclones facing a 4th and 24 from the 45-yard line of the Indians. They had it 1st and 10 at the 31 after a onside kick was returned by Wilcox to the 31, and it's been all white jersey defense since then as the Cyclones are going to try to punt it again. Nelson to punt things off. Wirt back down to receive if they can get the kickoff. Last one went out of bounds pretty quickly. Here's the next kick. It's a better one down the middle of the field. Wirt is there. He's going to let it drop, and a great West Prairie Southeastern roll down inside the 5 to about the 4, make it the 3. See where they actually mark it at. 3 or 4 yard line here. Great roll for Nelson and the Cyclones as it's going to be the longest field of the game for the Indians. Looks like it's about the 4 yard line. So it'll be 1st and 10 Indians at the 4 here for the Pawnee Indians as they lead 24-0. 5 carries for 134 yards and 2 touchdowns to this point in quarter number 1 for Carson Wirt. Number 9, he's had his shortest carry has been 12 yards, but he's had 23, 25, 33, and 42-yard carries. The 25 and the 42 were the touchdown runs. Taking quite a while to get this play in. I wonder if they get close to time here. Clock is stopped, though, 11:49 remaining in the first half. Ward back. He's going to hand off to Wirt. Ward's going to bounce. Oh, he falls down. No, that's not Ward. That's Kone. Excuse me. Kone was lined up beside Ward. No, this was Ward. I'm sorry. My bad. He loses a yard. He had a ton of running room out there. When he rolled over, it looked like the 3. I was mistaken. I saw Kone walking up, so I knew that wasn't it. 11:18 to go. That'll hurt the average a little bit there, kid. Ward again to the side of Ward. 2 wides near. Kone in motion. And a fake. Hard count. And the Cyclones jump off sides. A 5-yard penalty for the Cyclones. That's just the second penalty of the game. They've got 10 yards. First one wasn't a horse collar personal foul tackle, but it was half the distance to the goal, so it ended up being 5 yards. It's second down and between 6 and 7 now for the Indians. Kone in motion. And it's going to go to right side. He bounces it out. Oh, what a job of getting a handful of horse collar again, though, I do believe. Mikey Kitch made the stop, but you just saw the signal. It's going to be a horse collar tackle again, and it'll be, I think, nope, they're going to wave it. They're going to wave it off. Kitch gets, I thought it was going to be, it looked like he had a handful of the back collar, but they must have said it was off to the side. Christy DeWitt from Mount Sterling is watching number 9 Carson Wirt as well, and the Pawnee Indians. Thanks for joining us. We appreciate you being here. David and Shelley. Sorry, David. I hope I didn't offend you by calling you Dave earlier. I couldn't see it for the little heart thing I have down here. Can't see the entire right side of all the comments, so I apologize for that. Third down and 6. Ward's going to keep it, and he's going to be stopped short of the first down. Three-yard gain for Ward. And the Cyclones defense gets a stop here in the second quarter. And it will be the Pawnee Indians needing to punt things away here. Back to receive is going to be Braden Copeland for the Cyclones. Back to kick will be Austin Fagans. A couple Bushnell kids in the stands I just saw walk in. The left-footed kicker, Fagans, what a nice kick. And it goes through the hands of Copeland. He rattles it back in, but, man, he's got a lot of white jerseys to try to run. He breaks a tackle, breaks another tackle, and then finally is going to be brought down at the 45-yard line. He ran a whole bunch to go essentially where he touched the football the first time. 9:01 to go in the first half. It's 24-0. Cyclones have the football, trailing the Indians. As you're watching McDonough Telephone cooperative coverage of West Prairie Southeastern Cyclones football on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. Christy DeWitt. I hope I didn't say Kathy DeWitt. Christy DeWitt, thanks for watching. Dalton Huffman and Jake Willie, I believe, just came in to watch a little football this afternoon. The Cyclones, or I should say the Spartans, dropped a heartbreaker to the Heat of West Central. 36-34 last night at West Central's homecoming. We did that game as well. You can go back and watch that on our Hulett PubliPro LLC U10. Bobbled snap. And thankfully for the Cyclones, Hester's able to come up with it, but he's going to lose a couple more yards on the play. See where they mark it. Loss of 2. He's got negative 12 yards rushing now. Hester. Brings the play in. 2 wides near, 2 wides far. Hester's going to throw. Short pass. It's caught, but going to be a 3-yard gain. Wilcox, I believe, knows that Copeland. Copeland going to catch the ball. Gain of, they move it farther forward. We'll give him 4. 21 yards on 3 completions for Hester. Copeland has 2 catches for 4 yards. A timeout on the field, charge to the Cyclones. 24-0's the score. We'll take a quick one as well, and we'll be back on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH, right after this.
I chose physical therapy because I knew I wanted to be in the healthcare field. I wanted to be able to help patients in some way related to more in depth. We get to know our patients, and that's really what kind of sets us apart.
And welcome back to Bauman Field here in Scioto, Illinois, as we have the West Prairie Southeastern Cyclones and the Pawnee Indians doing battle in I-8FA. We'll have the state championship game again this year on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. Have that game live from Monmouth College the Friday night before Thanksgiving. We've done the last 2, and they've been great, great games. Make sure you tune into that. We'll have both semifinal round games, and we'll have some of the quarterfinal rounds as well. We'll work to cover as many of those playoff games as we can. Hester back to throw again. Through the hands of the defender was Nick Rice, and it went into the chest of Xavier Hilton. He couldn't grab it either, and it's going to be incomplete. 4th down for the Cyclones. 4 for 6 completions for 21 yards here so far in the first half. 8:03 to go in quarter number 2. And Nelson on to punt again for the Cyclones. He's been under pressure both times. The first punt went out of bounds badly. The second one was a great one, had a great roll, pinned the Indians down inside the 5. See what he can do here. Bobbles the snap a little bit, does get it away. It's a shorter punt. And he'll fire, and he gets a good roll again. It's not going to go as deep as it did last time, but it's down inside the 20 to about the 18-yard line or so. We'll see where they mark it. It'll be inside the 20 for sure. It looks like it's at about the 18-yard line. First and 10 at the 18 for the Indians. 7:53 remaining in the first half. Ward, that's a lateral really to Ward, I think. He's going to go all the way, too. I think nobody going to catch him. Down in near side, 50, 40, 30, 20, 10, touchdown, Indians. Are you guys going to call that a pass, or was that a lateral? I think it was a pass. I thought he threw it backwards. We're going to call it a pass then. Greg Phelps says it's a pass. I'm going to call it a pass. Okay, that's what Greg says. He's as official of a scorer as you're going to get, so I'm going to go with it. Ward to Wart. 82-yard touchdown pass. It's 30. Ward throws right. He's got Ward out there this time. Maybe it's Ward. I don't know. Can't see the number. Pass failed nonetheless. No, it was not Wart. I think it was incompleted to McElroy. Pass failed again. It'd be 40-0 right now if the Indians could complete a two-point conversion. They've got 5 touchdowns. They have not been successful on a single two-point conversion as of yet. And it's 30-0 Indians here at Bauman Field. This game being brought to you by Pawn Plus. Pawn Plus is proud to have served Macomb and the surrounding area for over 20 years, providing cash for most items of value. Pawn Plus is the area's largest seller of used items, including firearms. They also provide online jewelry repair or on-site jewelry repair. It's pretty hard to offer online jewelry repair, I would suspect. At any rate, on-site jewelry repair and are open 9 to 5 Monday through Saturday. They have great selection of jewelry, electronics, tools, and video games located at 324 West Jackson Street in Macomb between Erico and Taco Bell. That is Pawn Plus. Happy to have them on board with us this year. Also, Tom Conklin State Farm, face-to-face, over the phone, by email, or by text. You choose how you do business with Tom Conklin State Farm, Macomb. You can reach them at 309-837-1200 or visit them online at www.macombsf.com. Better yet, stop in and get your quote today at 1221 West Jackson Street in Macomb. Kick down the right side is going to be picked up over there by the Cyclones. I believe it was Mitchell Wilcox, maybe. No, it's number 4, Ruger Olson on the return. It's going to be 1st and 10 Cyclones at their own 20-yard line. With 7:32 to go in the first half, the Indians lead 30-0. Having some struggles getting everybody to the proper spot. Wilcox comes out. As late going into the game was Carter Hitz. He's going in a wideout position, or a tight end position. Nelson on the carry. He's going to go for positive yardage, a couple yards anyway. 2nd and 8 after a 2-yard gain for Nelson. He's got 8 yards on 7 carries now. Hester bringing a play in. 7:10 to go in the first half. West Hancock is at LVC playing at Spoon River Valley High School right now. You can watch that on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH as well. There's Nelson, his best run of the game, covering it up with both hands, and he's going to be very close to a first down. It's going to be short, so a gain of 7. Cyclones have went to a 4-person line essentially as Carter Hitz has moved out to a tight end spot. And they are just powering the ball now as they got 5 linemen, a nigh-back formation, as they need a 1 yard on 3rd and 1. Hanau's going to go to Nelson again, and he's going to get the first down. See if he gets 1 or 2 on the play. He might have gotten 2. He got at least 1. Give him 2. The second first down of the game for the Cyclones, both of them on the ground. Back to that same formation. And I was going to go left side this time to Nelson. He's going to go close to a gain of 5 as he gets across the 45 or 35 out near the 37. It's going to be a gain of 5 for Nelson. He's got 10 carries now for 22 yards. Second down and 5 with 5:39 clock running here in the first half. You okay? Hand off to Nelson again. He's going to go left side. He's got some room. He's across the 50, 45, 40. Wirt's there to stop him at the 35-yard line. He's going to go from the 37, doing 13, 23. 13, 23. Where are they going to mark it at? 28 yards for Nelson and a first down for the Cyclones. 50 yards on 11 carries now for Nelson. 1st and 10 at the 25 and a timeout on the field. Both teams have taken a timeout now here in the first half. As the change in formation with no wideouts and double tight, 2 setbacks has given the Cyclones a little life here with 5:21 remaining in the first half. 30-0 is the score. Cyclones trying to figure out a way to fight their way back into it. Of course, the defense has got to get some more stops, but if the offense could get things rolling, it'd sure make life a little easier for them. It is a warm one out here. I didn't look at game time starts. But I can tell you right now, in Macomb, Illinois, which is just down the road for us, it's 88 degrees, feels like 90. Make it 97 degrees, feels like 100 in Macomb is what is being told. South wind at 10 miles per hour. So it is a hot one today. I can't believe it's actually 97, but that's what the weather app is telling me. Feels like 100 out there. Handoff's going to go to Xavier Hilton. He gets tripped up by the linebacker, number 33, Nick Rice. He's going to fall forward for a few yard gain, though. Maybe 2. We'll see where they mark it at here. Just give him 2 for Hilton. Negative 12 yards on the big day now. Hester back under center again. Pitch is going to go out to Hilton this time, trying to spread things out, and he breaks through a couple defenders. Wirt makes the tackle, but it's going to be close to a first down. Gain of 7. Third down and 1. Hester takes the snap, handoff to the fullback, and pushing forward, keeping his legs moving. What a run by Brody Cordell. He's going to gain 2. Brody Cordell did that all on his own. He gets 2 yards, another first down for the Cyclones. Austin Nelson has had the ball carrier to start this series, and now he's not in there running the football. Hilton is back in the. They're going to look to throw. Hester's going to lob it up, and it's incomplete. Back there in coverage was Ethan Fulton doing a little face guarding and not even looking for the football. Pass was intended for number 44, Carter Hitz. Handoff this time to Hilton. He's going to be wrapped up quickly. First back there. Linebacker there, number 33, Rice again. Gain of 2. He's now got 6 carries for negative 3 yards. Need a couple players out there, at least one more. Wilcox is going to come out. Timeout charged to West Prairie. They're having some trouble getting people into the game, so it's going to be down to 1 timeout for the Cyclones. 2:44 to go in the first half. Cyclones have moved the ball for the first time here this afternoon. They face a 3rd and 8 from about the 21-yard line of the Indians. When we get back from the timeout here, you're watching McDonough Telephone Cooperative coverage of West Prairie Southeastern Cyclones football on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. Xavier Hilton has his shoe off on the sideline, limping. Not sure if he hurt his, looked like he was working around his toe area, hurt his foot or his ankle, but he's out for the moment. 3rd down and 8, 2 wides near, 2 wides far. Hester in a shotgun, and I think they may get the Indians for offsides. That's going to make it a lot more doable 3rd down. 5-yard penalty for the Indians. That's their first penalty of the game. So they'll go back to their formation that had been working for them. They'll stack it back in, I would imagine. Mikey Kitch goes to the ball. 5 down linemen now. I formation behind Hester. Handoff's going to go to Nelson. Nelson gets bottled up, but he tries to keep his feet moving. He's never gone down. First player there, I believe, number 77, Caleb Robinson. He stops short. He gets a gain of 1. It's going to bring it 4th down and 2. Big 4th down here for the Cyclones with 2:19 clock running here in the first half. Hester back under center. Hand off fakes to Nelson, throws it out to a diving Brody Cordell. He made the catch. Did he get a first down? What are we doing here? And they're saying it is short. It's a 1-yard completion, and they needed 2. First down and 10 at the 14-yard line for the Indians with 1:39 remaining in the first half. They have been big strike capable, so plenty of time to make something happen here to get to a 36 or 38-point advantage before the half if they can. In motion goes Kone, fake handoff, Wart with it, right side. He's going to be wrapped up in the backfield. A great play back there by Clayton Hunt. A loss of 4 on the play. 8 carries for 130 yards after the loss of 4. Second down and about 14. Ward in the shotgun, looking to throw. Going to do a center screen to Wart. Wart's going to be outside and close to a first down. He tried to tightrope the sidelines. He's going to get an about a 13-yard gain, I believe. He's going to be a yard or 2 short. He's out of bounds. Give him a 13-yard gain on the completion. 48 seconds remaining. Third and a short 2 or a long 1. And a timeout's going to be called as they weren't getting to the play in time. Timeout to Pawnee. Anna Sartorius watching our nephew, number 2, Brady Copeland for West Prairie. Thanks for joining us, Anna. We appreciate it. Timeout on the field with 48 seconds remaining in the first half. So it's going to be 3rd and 2 for the Indians. Ward back in the shotgun. Ward to his left now. Kone is to the left as well. Going to be the pass out into the flat again. Ward's going to try and get to the sidelines. He will. And gets out of bounds. It'll be a first down on a pass of about 3 yards. .98 yards receiving to go along with 130 yards rushing for Ward now. 30 seconds remaining. They did not get out of bounds. Ward back. Throws right. Incomplete, intended for Kone. So with 24 seconds remaining, the Indians have it 2nd down and 10. Drops back again. Throwing it deep downfield this time. Coming back for it is, and then dropping it. Pass was to Ethan Fulton. Incomplete. 17 seconds remaining. I'm a little surprised they went to the pass. They've broken so many long runs. Kind of anticipated them running the football here, but they have not. .17 seconds remaining. Ward has shown big play capabilities, but they're going to empty the backfield. Ward will be all alone in a shotgun formation. 3 wide receivers far side, tight end near side. He's going to drop back. Everybody's coming across. Ward's open across the middle. He had it and dropped it. Good pass right in Wart's hands, and he couldn't hold on to it at the 45-yard line. It's 4th down with 11 seconds remaining. There was a flag down. Holding the offense. Penalties declined. So the pass wouldn't have mattered or counted anyway. Fagans back to punt again. Nice punt, deep downfield. Copeland has it. Breaks a tackle. Tries to get left. He's got left. He's got some running room. Rice is there, and he's going to bring him down with a nice open field tackle. Copeland gets it out to the 45-yard line, but that's going to bring an end to the quarter. So at the end of the first half of play, it's 30-0 Pawnee over the Cyclones. We'll take a break and be back in just a few minutes on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH.
When my parents told me they'd be using Adam's Experts, I felt a bit replaced. I mean, they always called me to remove their viruses or get their printer connected to Wi-Fi. He even set up their new Roku.
How do I adopt a new son?
But then he taught me a few things. And now, we're like tech brothers.
Adam's Experts. Repair, maintenance, and setup for all your home technology needs.
I went through MDH when we were trying to get pregnant. We were struggling the first year, and then when we got pregnant, I stayed at MDH and through labor and now for pediatrics. My experience was nothing short of phenomenal. I was met with amazing staff members who helped me through concerns that I had when she was first born, helping me learn how to be a new mom. It was really reassuring and comforting knowing that I had so much support and kindness around me. My entire pregnancy at MDH was amazing.
It was the community that really drew me back to Macomb. I'm from a small community, and I'm from a farm family, and ultimately I always wanted to practice in a place like that, and I felt that I had the ability to connect to people who with a similar background from me, and the fact that the staff members at the hospital and the support, all the support staff at the hospital was also focused with the goal of patient care. It felt like it just all came hammered at home for me.
I chose physical therapy because I knew I wanted to be in the healthcare field. I wanted to be able to help patients in some way related to more in depth. We get to know our patients, and that's really what kind of sets us apart.
I grew up in a small town in Missouri, and I like the feel of community. I like knowing the people that I take care of and knowing the people around me, providing care for someone that you know is in this community and helping them to get better.
At Western Illinois University, leathernecks don't just blend in. Our purple stands out. Our students are innovative, creative, and resilient. At WIU, there's limitless potential, with campuses in Macomb, the Quad Cities, and online. Visit wiu.edu/potential to become a leatherneck and get an education that stands out.
My experience with McDonough District Hospital was amazing. I have a lot of allergies, complicated by nasal problems. And the procedure I had is Vive Air. Dr. Sparks was incredible.
The Vive Air procedure is a radiofrequency ablation procedure. She no longer has to do any medications to breathe, so she gets much more restful night's sleep. And a short little office procedure, and have somebody that feels like it's totally changed their life means the world.
It's a permanent improvement on the quality of your life.
Working at MDH feels special to me because I'm also from a small community like MDH, and I love to be able to care for communities like this and be able to give them high standards of excellence with medical care as possible. You know, some people like to take more of a medical approach to their care, some people like to take more of a holistic, and I just want to be able to make their plan of care as individualized as possible.
Welcome back to Bauman Field here in Scioto, Illinois, as McDonough Telephone Cooperative brings West Prairie Southeastern Cyclones football to TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. We are at the half. About 11 minutes left to go in the halftime here, and we've got some stats we can tell you about. For Pawnee, 14 carries for 178 yards. Ward is 5 of 7 for 106 yards. That's a total of 21 plays for 284 yards. They unofficially have 6 first downs, 5 on the ground, 1 passing, 1 penalty for 5 yards. For West Prairie, They have 22 carries for 38 yards. Hester is 5 of 8 for 22 yards. That gives them 30 plays for 60 total yards of offense. They have 2 penalties for 10 yards and unofficially 4 first downs, all on the ground. Individual leaders for the Pawnee Indians. The guy of the first quarter anyway, and he had 1 touchdown in the second quarter as well. Number 9, that's Carson Wart. 5'10", 186-pound junior, running back and linebacker. 8 carries for 130 yards, 3 receptions for 98 yards, and he has 2 rushing touchdowns and 1 receiving touchdown for the Indians. Coyne has 4 carries for 26 yards, and Ward has 2 carries for 22 yards. Ward is 5 of 7 for 106 yards, no interceptions, and 2 touchdown passes for the Indians. For the Cyclones, they have 2 penalties for 10 yards. The Pawnee Indians have just 1 penalty for 5 yards. For the West Prairie Cyclones, 12 carries for 51 yards for Austin Nelson. He had 1 carry for 28 yards, which really boosted the average up for him. Xavier Hilton has 6 carries for -3 yards, and Tristan Hester has 3 carries for -12 yards. Brody Cordell has 1 carry for 2 yards. Hester is 5 of 8 for 22 yards, no interceptions, and no touchdowns. Receiving for the Cyclones, Nelson has a catch for 8 yards. Copeland has a catch, 2 catches, 1 for 0 yards and a fumble, and then a 4-yard catch, so a total of 2 catches for 4 yards. And Wilcox has a catch for 9 yards. And Brody Cordell has a catch for 1 yard. That was on a 4th and 2 play, and it came up 1 yard short. The other receivers for the Indians, Riley McElroy has 2 catches for 8 yards. So that's all 5 catches for the Pawnee Indians. We'll tell you about the scoring. All Pawnee to this point. At the 9:33 mark of the first quarter, a 5-yard touchdown run by Kone. The run was no good. It was 6-0. Then with 4:51 remaining in the first quarter, Ward connected with McElroy for a 13-yard touchdown pass. Run failed again. It was 12-0. The 4:26 mark, Ward ran in from 25 yards out. Pass failed. It was 18-0. With 1:49 to go in the first quarter, Ward scampered in from 42 yards out. The pass failed, and it was 24-0. And then on their first drive of the second quarter, with 7:38 remaining, Ward connected with Ward on a swing pass out of the backfield on an 82-yard touchdown pass. Pass failed again, and that's where we sit with the score 30-0. The Cyclones finally put a drive together late in the first half. We're not able to capitalize on a 4th and 2 play. That's the play I talked about a moment ago, about where the Cyclones came up a yard short on the pass to Cordell. Take a look at what else is going on in the area. I know West Hancock is playing on our Hulett PubliPro LLC YouTube channel right now. We'll pull that game up real quick and let you tell you what the score is of that one. We also have Iowa Harness Horsemen's Association harness racing from Humboldt, Iowa on our Hulett PubliPro LLC YouTube channel right now. Get this pulled up and let you folks know who's winning the West Hancock LVC game. I would imagine it's West Hancock, but you know, it is possible that LVC is putting a game together. Of course, Dave Roddice, the head coach of LVC, and Coach McCormick here from West Prairie Southeastern, coached together for years at Bushnell-Prairie City, so those two do care and talk a lot. Stephanie Sonborn watching from the parking lot so her little one can take a nap. That's always a good thing to see. I bet they're at the halfway mark maybe as well here in Spoon River Valley High School. Again, we are at the half. 6 minutes remaining in halftime, 30-0. The score, the Indians lead the Cyclones. They are definitely at the half, so we'll come back to that here in a few minutes, and we'll look up some scores from last night in the I-8FA. Tell you some scores around the Illinois 8-Man Football Association. The big game of the night last night, you could see that one here on our Hulett PubliPro LLC YouTube channel as well. Milledgeville lost in a battle of 1 versus 2 to Amboy at Milledgeville, 32-20. I'm going to have to go back and watch that one. That sounds like it was a good game. Polo defeated Decatur Unity 64-0. St. Thomas More and number 6 South Beloit are playing today. Ridgewood defeated Peoria Heights 44-0. Martinsville was over Blue Ridge 26-6. Kincaid South Fork is playing Kirkland Hiawatha today. Pawnee West Prairie are here today, obviously. St. Anne is at Milford today. West Central, and another game you can see here on TSSR Game Time Live presented by MDH, is West Central got their second win in the season, second win in a row to improve to 2-4, and they dropped Bushnell-Prairie City to 4-2 after a 36-34 homecoming win in Biggsville last night. Flanagan is at Alden Hebron today as well. River Ridge is at AFC today. Galva's at Orangeville today. Peoria Quest lost to Christian Life 47-0 last night. And Metro East defeated Danville Schlarman 60-6. Those are the games in the I-8FA this week. Hey, Greg Phelps, you want to talk for a minute? Sure. Put that headset on, buddy. You're up here. We'll fill a couple minutes of halftime.
Well,
Greg,
if it's a home game, you're pretty assured I'm going to be here.
Greg Phelps, the voice of the Cyclones. During football season anyway, right?
Right.
And the coach of the Cyclones and the TSSR announcer of the Cyclones. You're just an all Cyclones kind of guy, aren't you?
5-tool player, man.
That's right. That's the way you got to be. You know, diversification is a great thing.
It is. Well, and it's all labor of love. I'm not going to toot my own horn too much, but no, I like being around the school, like being around the kids. It's always fun. I don't think sometimes kids understand how much of a part of their lives they'll go back and look at all these memories, good, bad, whatever, and they'll say, wow, man, that was one of the best times of my life. And I tell kids that all the time. And you know, we try to make it fun for them. We try to do fun things, and that's kind of what I try to do.
Well, you've got the junior high girls basketball team rolling. You get a little later start because of softball, but you got them working hard, I'm sure.
They are a phenomenal group of girls. I will say that whenever you talk to me. These are a wonderful group of girls, and I love working with them. Smart, they're dedicated, they're athletic, and they're just good people. They're just plain good kids, and we're getting there. We're getting there, building day by day, and I know I'm a little different-minded coach than a lot. I mean, I know wins and losses, people all think those are the most important, but you really look at junior high sports as a stepping stone to the big dance, to the high school. And, I mean, if you win some games along the way, that's great. If you don't, well, you know, I mean, at least you build, you have fun, and you get better. And that's the philosophy. The
getting better and having fun, or especially the getting better, is the key, right? I mean, you can have fun, and you could have fun at home. You don't have to come to organized sports to do that. But if you can get better and be better for next year and be better for the year after that and the year after that and get those fundamentals down, that's what junior high sports should be all about, isn't it?
Oh, it should. It should. I mean, I think we've gotten to where we place too much emphasis on the winning side of it, and winning's cool, winning's fun. You know, the hometown, the crowds love it and that, but really for junior high sports, we're trying to develop them into high school athletes and get them to where they need to be to go to, you know, maybe go to a state tournament, maybe get to a sectional. I don't say the state tournament's the pinnacle of it. I mean, you know, you can have a wonderful, memorable season and only get to the sectional. I mean, win a regional. That's I think about that.
There's not very many schools every year that win a regional, are there?
Right. And I thought, you know, back in my career, I'd have given anything to win a regional. And that, you know, you go back to that type of stuff. And even this, you know, this may not be going the Cyclones' way today, but the memories are made. One of the things I've seen over the last few nights, I'm seeing how this program is growing. They're taking steps forward. And that's what's the important thing, is to take steps forward. Even when it looks like you're going backward, you really are truly going forward.
Yeah, and, you know, part of the deal today is I haven't talked about a lot. I did talk about it a little, but there are some key missing pieces for the Cyclones today, too.
Yeah, they're a little bit short, and that's also the thing that happens. But looks like I better get back to my job.
Oh, come on. Why are you going to start working now?
Well, maybe I can do both. We get a little extra long.
You know, I was watching it. I was watching some sort of a broadcast earlier, and the announcer was one of the guys doing the play-by-play, so you could hear him talking and do an announcing thing, and then he'd go back to talking and announce and do the. I don't know why. Why can't you do that?
That's too hard for me.
I hear you.
Too much thinking.
I hear you. Greg Phelps, thanks for talking to me. Tegan Perry just walked up here. You'll have to move from that seat, though, Tegan. The coach will be up here in just a minute.
Right.
So we get ready to go for the second half. 30-0. Tegan gets off his job at Hy-Vee and wants to come up and watch some football. And we're hoping it'd be a little bit better game than this. But, hey, there's one of my coolers down there on their sideline.
Yep.
Look at that, TSSR cooler right down there on the sideline. Glad I can be of assistance.
Yep. Even one from up here, you're still helping out the West Prairie area.
That's right. There we go. So it's going to be second half coming your way, and I do believe it'll be the Pawnee Indians getting the ball first. And it is a hot one out there. I don't know if it's actually 97 like my weather app says it is, but it is a hot one for sure.
It's at least 97 in my car, because driving here it was warm.
Miserable, huh?
It's fitting that September ends on a very hot day.
Yeah, that's what I said. It's September, and October is supposed to be. I think I saw yesterday when I looked at the weather, it's supposed to drop down, though, quickly tomorrow, and then like midweek, it's supposed to, like at the end of the week, it's supposed to be like a high of 65 or something like that, or 58 even.
Hey, the sooner that gets here, the better, because I cannot stand this hot weather anymore. Last year, we were getting our 60, 50-degree games by now, but this go-around, it's been brutal, to say the least. Thankfully, with the places that we've been to, the press boxes have been very cooled and very nice, to say the least.
It's nice to be out of the sun is the big part of this deal here today, that's for sure. As we get ready to go with the second half, as we're letting that last 3-minute warm-up period that for some reason, I mean, I don't know why these teams didn't need a full 3-minute warm-up period on a 97-degree Saturday afternoon, but they didn't feel like they needed the whole warm-up period, so we're waiting on things to get going here, and we'll be ready to go with the second half. Pawnee leads 30-0 over the Cyclones. You're watching McDonough Telephone Cooperative coverage of West Prairie Southeastern Cyclones football on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. I'm Dwayne Hulett. Will Phelps is on the camera and just deciding to show up as the half-timer as Tegan Perry.
Half-timer, that's...
You are kind of a half-timer. You work at Hy-Vee 3 days a week. That means you're only available to me 3 days a week.
You only really need me, though, 3 days a week.
Well, that doesn't count. It doesn't matter. You're still a half-timer. We're still calling it a half. I mean, I think that fits. Half there, half here.
That would be called a part-timer then.
Well, but it's literally half. I mean, we're going to forget about Sundays. Sundays don't count, so we're going to call it half. You're probably right. You're probably right, but it sounds better to say half-timer. Kone going back to return the kick for the Indians. We'll see if an onside kick's coming here for the Cyclones. Nelson will be kicking away again for, shouldn't say again, this is the first kick of, but he's punted a few times for the Cyclones today. Paul is Austin's dad. Austin's a racer too, I do believe, if I haven't got them all mixed up. Nice kick right down the middle of the field. Kone has it. He's got some running room. He's got a whole lot of black jerseys in front of him, though. Blocking was not a high valued characteristic for the Indians that time is Kone looked like he had a ton of running room, and all of a sudden there was a wall of black jerseys waiting on him. He's going to be 1st and 10 just outside the 25 for the Pawnee Indians as they are going right to left here in this third quarter. It was a ton of scoring in the first quarter, and then both teams kind of settled down defensive-wise and didn't let the other team score much. Actually, it's going to be 1st and 10 at the 26-yard line as the Pawnee Indians lead 30-0, have the ball first here in the second half. Just underway in the third quarter, and yes, I better remember to change the third quarter before AR. Somebody has to hop on and remind me to do it later.
Should just be key in your head by now.
I know it should be. Oh, wide open on the outside again. Wart is going to bounce it in and bounce it out. He's going to get cut off this time and run out of bounds at the 40. A 24, 29, 34-yard completion.
That was a nice screen right there. Got 2 blockers right at the very end and was able to get a nice gain there. Able to make a couple moves as well. It's a lot harder with those screen plays to be able to get over to there with 11-man, but it seems like screen plays are a lot more beneficial when it comes to 8-man football.
132 yards receiving now for Wart. Kone gets a little pass. That's technically a pass as he threw it. It didn't hand it off. And it's going to be a short gain. Gain 4 on the pass play. 144 yards now on 7 completions.
Liked how both defensive and offensive lines were able just to stretch all the way over there towards the sideline. It's a very good line play. It's always what you want to tell your line to be as wide as you can.
They actually moved that back a yard, so we'll give him 3. That's why I use pencil. Ward all alone in the backfield. 3 wide receivers far side. Wide receiver screen coming. No, it's going to come near side, and McElroy has it, and he's going to be dropped down in the back. Mikey Kitch, what a play by Mikey Kitch. And
they're probably going to get a personal foul on number 44 there.
I don't know what they're going to call. They're going to call a personal foul on the Indians, as I think he punched Mikey Kitch. Mikey Kitch got up and was like, what was that all about? I need a flag on that. And McElroy's getting drug over to the line of scrimmage by Drew Heisel, and we'll see what the penalty actually is here. That could be a big one.
Possible ejection. After all, refs are starting to cut down a lot on altercations after the play.
Unsportsmanlike penalty, 15-yard penalty, just the second penalty, but give them 20 yards now in penalties. And it'll bring up, it's after the play, so it's 3rd down and forever. 3rd down and 24 for the Indians. That's a big penalty.
Yeah, that's not one that you want here because now they can. Right now, your playbook's very limited. In this case, you probably can't run a screen, so I guess their best opportunity here would run up the middle, see how much yards you can get, and depending on where it is, punt.
Pass to McElroy. Went for a loss of 3. I got to mark that down before I forget it. The last 2 passes to McElroy, oddly enough, have went for negative yardage. He's down to 5 receiving yards.
I think they're ejecting number 6 for the Indians right now as he's walking off the field.
They are. You're right. He's walking away. I do believe you're right. McElroy is going to be ejected. He's just going to take a seat over there, quite dejected, it looks like. That's a tough break. Now, technically, he has to leave the field. I don't know if they're going to make him leave or not. But clock will start running. McElroy is at least done for the play. We'll see if he ever – oh, look at that. Ward finds Wart, and – Wart is going to lose ground as well.
Already.
And a whole host of black jerseys over there, including Kitch again and Hunt. It's a loss of 3 on the play, 2 straight negative 3-yard passes. And it's down to 137 yards, and Wart loses 3.
Nice pursuit there. It seemed that the Cyclones had a little bit more fight in them, very least.
Yeah, they fired up a little bit for sure.
A nice touchdown drive here, and depending with how much time, they could get themselves right back into the game.
Yeah, if they could get the 2-point conversions that the Indians have not been able to get. Fagans, nice punt again. Cordell's back there, catches an over-shoulder catch. He's going to bring it near side. He's got some running room around the right side. He's across the 20, 25, cuts it back to the middle, and he's going to be stood up and brought down at the 28-yard line. A 1st and 10 for the Cyclones at the 28-yard line. 10:01 remaining here in the third quarter.
Now, I like that return a lot there. Like you said, he caught it over his shoulder, but was able to make a little bit more of a play there. And actually, if he was able to squeeze past that last little group of Indians, he probably had pay dirt for the touchdown.
Yeah, he had room to run. He did a little cutback, but I couldn't see who actually made the tackle, but they were kind of hidden behind a couple players, and I think that's what got Cordell. Back to that 5-man line, I formation set behind Hester. Handoff's going to go to the second back through, and he's not going to get a lot this time. Robinson and friends are there. Also number 47, Grant Walker on the stop. And it was Xavier Hilton on the run. We'll give him 1 on the carry. 7 carries for -2 yards now. And it's 2nd down and 9 for the Cyclones as we are under 10 minutes to go here in the third quarter.
Not really much to say on that play, just good cuts from the defensive line. They're able to break through and hold their gap.
High formation once again, 2 tight ends set for the Cyclones. First back through is Nelson, and he gets brought down at the ankles. Is that Rice again? Rice was down there. He's been all over the place, and Wart down there as well. Rice and Wart both on the stop. Wart was the one down at the ankles, and Rice is going to come off the field. Looks like maybe a bit of a stinger in his right arm as he walks off the field. Hopefully he'll be okay. 9 minutes exactly to go here in the third quarter. It's 3rd down and after a gain of 2 for Nelson.
Moving the formation, they're now going 4 wide.
Deep downfield. Who's got it? Hilton got it? Who's got it?
I think that's number 21. He's got it.
Hilton's got it. Xavier Hilton fights for it, rips it away from Eric Bettis. And from the 31, they're going to go out to the 47. It's a 16-yard gain.
Normally you think 50-50 balls are, ones where both the receiver and the cornerback have a chance at catching it. But in that case, it was where both of them caught it, and it's just, give me the ball more.
Yeah, who wants it worse, right?
Yeah.
Hand off to Nelson. He's got some running room. I think that's Nelson anyway.
Got a nice gain of about 6 there.
Let's see what he does. See where they spot it. I've quit guessing where they're going to spot footballs today. 5-yard gain.
8:06 to go.
2nd down and a short 5 here for the Cyclones. Clock's still running here in the third quarter. 30-0's the score. Hop in that live chat. Tell us where you're watching from, who you're cheering for. Share the link. Like the link if you would. People know you're enjoying watching some TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH coverage of I-8FA football this afternoon, live from Scioto, Illinois. As Chris Dewar's on the sideline doing a little videoing himself, and there's another handoff up the middle. That doesn't go hardly anywhere.
Yeah, that's one of those situations where it's line versus line, and in that case, the Indians' line was able to prevail.
That was number 40, Brigham Gray, on the carry.
Got to expect here on a 3rd and 4th, they might try a little short pass or maybe even a screen on this. Or if they even wanted to go in 4-down territory. And
I would imagine down 30 on their side of the 50, you're probably in 4-down territory if it's anything near a makeable 4th down. Hester going to pitch it out to Hilton this time around left side. And again, they spread the line out and don't give up any ground. They're going to give him maybe a yard, if anything. Out there, number 52, Caden Watts and friends, and no gain on the plane for Hilton. Still negative 2 yards on the day on 8 carries.
Yep, 4th and 4. Probably a little short pass here. I would be surprised if they tried running the same thing again.
6:25 remaining in the third quarter. Hester brings the play in. Big play if the Cyclones want to have probably any chance taken to get back into this one. This is a big play.
Yep, 100%. 4th down now is basically ride or die. And
nearly got him to jump on the hard count. Handoff fumble. It's going to be recovered by the Indians. As Wart comes up with it, the fumble on the handoff. No gain on the play.
Yeah, that's
for Austin Nelson.
Just an unfortunate bobbling right there. Sometimes you get a little bit of the jitters on 4th down, and just it's good that the down was over anyway. It just sucks now because now you have to go get your defense back out and try again to make this a game.
Pawnee is the Indians, RGB. Pawnee are the Indians. Got the colors a little messed up on the scoreboard. I didn't change them from last night. I apologize about that. Hand off to Wart. He goes up the middle, bounces, tries to bounce it outside, isn't going to get there. Xavier Hilton going to be on the stop. Wart's going to go for a gain of a short 2. We'll give him 2. His first carry of the second half, and he's got 132 yards rushing.
We like to call that a good day in the football industry.
Yep, 9 carries, 132 yards. 5 catches for 129 yards and 3 touchdowns. A long 8 facing the Pawnee Indians on second down here.
Probably expect another run up the middle here.
Kone is going to get the pass. That's actually a pass again, technically. He's going to try and get around the left side, and he can't do it. Great pursuit. Again, Xavier Hilton out there along with his good friend Carter Hitz, and no gain on the play for Kone on the pass.
In the words of Dave Wilson, pursuit wins games. So if you keep on pursuing to the ball as fast as you can, then you're going to be able to get those stops on defense that you need.
Since about the 7-minute mark of the second quarter, this has been a dead heat. It was all Pawnee in the first quarter, though, and the start of the second. That's pretty much been the difference. And now, again, hard count, jumps the Cyclones off sides. Carter hits, and somebody on the near side as well jumped off. It's going to be a 5-yard penalty for the Cyclones.
Makes it, I think, 3rd and 3 there, or maybe 3rd and 4.
Well, that's a short 5-yard penalty they just gave them.
Yeah.
So it's 3rd down and 4.
Got to think here that they're probably going to squeeze their defensive line out a little bit to try to avoid those sideline-to-sideline plays.
Ward, shotgun formation again. Wart's going to take the handoff. He's going to try to bounce it outside. What a job out there, but he gets around the corner and tries to dive to the sideline. Can't do it. It's going to bring up 4th down. Essentially no gain for Wart.
Yeah. Nice effort there from
Carter Hitz out there pursuing him to the sideline. He was able to get there, but by the time he got there, it was too late to do anything. He did turn the corner, but couldn't make anything happen.
Yep. Trying to make something out of nothing there, and they were able to get back to the line of scrimmage, which at this point in the game, you just want to waste as much clock as possible. So
4th down and 4, and the Indians are going to punt it away here at the 47-yard line of the Cyclones. Playing a little possession football here in the second half, and that's a low-line drive kick. No return is going to happen on that one. What a bounce down inside the 10, down inside the 5 or close to the 5.
I think they're going to mark it at the 2 right there, making it
I think it's at the 5, out near the 5. And the clock is stopped with 3:55 to go in the third quarter.
West Prairie's calling timeout here.
We'll take that time off West Prairie. Well, maybe the officials are taking a timeout. They haven't taken anything off the scoreboard yet. Is that an officials timeout or a West Prairie timeout? It is a West Prairie timeout.
You got to expect now that West Prairie is going to start getting into a little more desperation playbook, starting to throw a lot more, trying to get back and deep down the field.
Shelly Hines, I will try to fix that. I'll do my best anyway. I appreciate that, and thank you very much. Thanks for watching. Metro East is 2-4 RGB. Is that what you said?
Yep.
Well, number 30. I was at the BPC Metro East game. RGB, thanks for tuning in and watching. I appreciate it. So Metro's improved to 2-4 with the win over Schlarman. I covered Schlarman back in the day when I worked at the Danville Commercial News. You'd think I could get that word out a lot easier than that. Danville Schlarman.
Sometimes age gets you at this point in your career.
Yeah, there's a lot of things getting me. Age, size.
Back problems.
You name it. I just got it all going on, Tegan. You don't even know what it's like being as young as you are.
No, I have a fairly nice idea how it is to have back pains. You take one bad hit in practice and you don't want to move the next morning.
Yeah, long time out here. I don't know. That's about the longest 60-second timeout I've ever seen right there, folks. By the time I realized what was going on, I didn't want to take a commercial. I could have taken a commercial and you wouldn't have had to listen to me ramble. But it's going to be 1st and 10 Cyclones at the 5-ish yard line. They call it ball on the 5. So they trail 30-0 here, but it's really has been a tale of one quarter, and that was mostly the first quarter. Outside of that, it's been a dead heat here in the heat at Scioto, Illinois. Handoff's going to go to the second back through, I think Hilton.
They're going to say progress was stopped there. It wasn't really tackled.
It was Hilton.
2nd and 9.75 is
I
probably.
think I'm just going to call it no gain. What do you think?
I think that's perfect. That's my new favorite.
I don't have a 9.75 on my score sheet.
Yeah.
Greg Phelps down there trying to be the forever optimist, giving him that quarter yard.
Do you have a false start on everyone but the center?
I did have that earlier today, actually.
We had one.
No,
in
that was
Macomb.
last night, I think.
Yeah, we had one in Macomb last night.
Hester throwing into the deep flat, intended for hits, incomplete.
Yeah, that was the play design there was doing pretty well. The quarterback was able to reach his target. It's just maybe a little bit of a timing cue there.
And the ball was not on target, was it?
Yeah, but sometimes you want to place it within that spot because that's where you expect your receiver to be by that time.
Captain Potato, number 24. I don't want to know what that means, I don't think. Putting up some smiley faces.
I think he's calling you a couch potato. I think that's your alternate account.
Yeah, well, I don't get to spend much time on a couch, so I might look like a couch potato, but I don't get to act like one. That's the problem.
That's true.
5-man line, I formation. Hester pitches it out to Hilton, and Hilton breaking a couple tackles, fighting forward, just can't break enough. It's going to bring up 4th down and a short gain. He ran a bunch, and they aren't even moving the sticks hardly.
Yeah, just it's great tackling from the Pawnee over there. Able to just keep on Pawnee. My bad. From Pawnee, just being able to force him back to that line of scrimmage.
I'm going to give him a yard on that one. Boy, I thought he gained more than that, though, didn't he? He must have gotten hit in the backfield then, didn't he?
Yep.
Nelson back to punt again. A short snap coming here as he's at the back of the end zone. Snap, kick, gets it off, goes left. It's going to roll out past the 40, approaching the 45, down at the 44-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10, Pawnee at the Cyclones 44-yard line. We'll take a break and be back on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH, right after this.
Working at MDH feels special to me because I'm also from a small community like MDH, And I love to be able to care for communities like this and be able to give them high standards of excellence with medical care as possible. You know, some people like to take more of a medical approach to their care. Some people like to take more of a holistic. And I just want to be able to make their plan of care as individualized as possible.
And welcome back here as Ward is in the shotgun formation. He's going to fake the pitch, take it upfield. He bounces left, and he's going to be brought. No, he's going to break a tackle. He's going to go for a gain of about 4. He broke the tackle of Xavier Hilton, and Ward gains 4.
He was pressing that circle button a little bit too much. Was not wanting to be let down there.
Captain Potato said he was laughing at old TP for calling me old.
Fair enough.
Well, I am old. That's the problem. Or I feel old anyway. Does that count for anything?
I mean, for me, until you're 55, you're middle-aged.
Not quite sure how to take that.
Take that as however you will.
51-0. West Hancock is beating the Titans at the half. Delay a game penalty on Pawnee is going to bring up 2nd and 11. They've got 25 yards in penalties now.
Still a very disciplined team so far today, at least compared to last night from the game that we saw. A lot of personal fouls.
You had a lot of issues in that game, didn't you?
Oh, there was. So it's good to see a very disciplined football team go up against another very disciplined football team.
Although we did have a player kicked out of this one.
True.
Ward dropping back, deep downfield. He's got a receiver open. The catch is made by Ethan Fulton from the 45. They're going to go down inside the 20, 25, 26, 27-yard completion.
Sometimes when the defense is playing perfect coverage, you just have a quarterback that plays a perfect quarterback play. And in that case, perfect ball thrown to number 2 on the Indians and able to get a nice big chunk out of that.
1:02 remaining here in the third quarter, and that's just the third first down between the two teams here in this quarter. Second one, both of them through the air for Pawnee, and they're going to drop back again. Ward's going to look left and roll right, and it is intercepted. Cyclones with the INT.
He's a little hobbled getting up there. I think he might have probably gotten hit.
Clayton Hunt with the interception.
Quarterback through there right into double coverage. That is not very advised, but up by 30.
He looked right first, Tegan, and I think the receiver that was off on the flat on the right side was probably more open than the one he threw to, but it would look like a play that was designed look right, go left, and he threw it.
Yeah. Sometimes as a quarterback, you want that money shot towards the end zone, but most of the time they don't work. But not most of the time. Sometimes they just don't work. Snap bobbled.
Hester throws an interception of his own. Ward, I believe, got it. Let's see. Are they calling it incomplete or intercepted?
There's
a penalty marker down as well. Might be roughing the passer. It's in that area or a hold. We'll see what the call is here. A lot going on in this one. Wirt thought he had an interception. It's going to be on the Indians, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Personal foul, roughing the passer. With 50 seconds remaining, another 15-yard penalty. 40 yards in penalties now. McElroy was the player that got kicked out. Number 6. I'm not sure where he's at, or
he might be in their bus back over there.
He hasn't been back on the field. He took his helmet off and went over and sat down. So I'm guessing he is out. Or it's like, come on, guys, man.
Can't make mistakes.
Hester going to hand off again. Nelson left side, and again, nothing doing. Although Nelson does keep his feet moving. He's going to get back to the line of scrimmage. He was hit about 2 yards back, kept his feet pumping, and they might give him a little bit. There's that 9.75 on second down to go here.
And we talked about this during the break. It's just the Indians' defensive line has been dominant so far this quarter and just hasn't been letting the Cyclones be able to do what they want to.
Handoff left side this time. Hilton, and over there was Walker to make the initial hit. Coming to help was Chevalier.
And that'll take us to the end of the quarter.
And third quarter comes to an end. A 2-yard, actually we'll call it a 1-yard gain for Hilton. That'll get him to 0 on 11 carries.
Wouldn't that be a .75-yard carry?
Yeah, I guess so, if you want to go that route. So it is still 30-0 as we get ready to head to the fourth quarter of play. We'll advance the quarter before I forget it. I'll tell you, this game being brought to you by McDonough District Hospital. McDonough District Hospital athletic trainers and the MDH Rehabilitation Center with locations in Bushnell and Macomb provide expert help to Spartan student athletes in the prevention, care, and rehabilitation of all athletic injuries. Learn more at mdh.org. McDonough District Hospital, more than hospital care, a hospital caring. And JoJo's Gaming Parlor offers the best gaming experience in the McDonough County area. Stop in for a cold drink and a chance to take home a nice wad of cash while you're at it. Also on game nights, check out the TSSR Game Time live broadcast by MDH. Presented by MDH, events live on the big screens. Come join your friends at JoJo's, located at 776 North Cole Street in Bushnell, and cheer our area teams on to victory. Also, MTC Communications, having slow, unreliable internet just doesn't cut it in 2023. MTC Communications offers lightning-fast, reliable fiber internet, video, phone service, and camera systems to the McDonough, Henderson, and Hancock County areas. Visit mtccrowdfiber.com to check your availability. And Country Financial Agent Brett Powell. Your farm is your legacy. As a leading farm insurer, Country Financial is here to help protect it. Call Brett Powell, your local country rep, at 309-652-3889 for a free quote today. Fourth quarter coming your way now.
Pass there's complete to number 2. Excuse Dwayne coughing there.
Well, I turned my mic down. You had yours up. It's not my fault. Copeland gets a 2-yard completion.
Should be second down, but apparently the
it's fourth down.
Looking like they're going to punt here. Can we get a coughing counter in the chat? I think that's number 2.
That's about 8 or 9 actually, but you weren't here earlier. Low snap. Nelson gets it short. It's up in the air. Going to bounce right this time. Not as good a roll, but it's going to go down to the 40-yard line. That's where the Indians will take over. 1st and 10 at their own 40 with 11:04 to go in the football game.
That ball there kind of looked like it bounced more like a basketball instead of a football. Didn't really seem like it was supposed to bounce that way.
Yeah, it was kind of had a weird spin on it, didn't it?
Yeah.
So 1st and 10, Indians. Not a whole lot of offense here in the second half of this one, folks. 4 first downs total between the two teams. 2 by the air, through the air by the Indians. 1 through passing for the West Prairie, and 1 by penalty for West Prairie. That was on the last drive. Nobody has scored since the 7:38 mark of the second quarter.
Nice tackle there from number 54 over there.
Mikey Kitch on the stop, Ward on the carry. Gain of 1.
West Prairie starting to rotate in a lot more linemen to see what they can work in.
Gotta love allergies. Go from being fine to just coughing like crazy and then being fine again.
September is an allergy season, though.
Rag Reed ragweed, crop dust, all kinds of great things. Out into the flat. That was a lateral. Wart comes up with it. He rounds the corner and steps out of bounds. Going to give him a gain of 4. I'm going to make that a run because that was most definitely a backwards pass.
Coach McCormick on the field getting a little loud.
Yeah, that's part of it. 3rd down and 5 for the Indians. RGB, it was McElroy, as I said earlier. It was some sort of a little altercation after a tackle. We couldn't really see what happened, but Mikey Kitch got up and was looking for a flag and got it. Coin in motion.
They're not going to get him.
Nearly
there.
jumped offside that time, and they're going to take a timeout. Are the Indians?
Kind of had him wind back up there. That's one of those plays where you're thankful that the play design caused him to not have to commit an offsides.
We're going to take a break, and we'll be back on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. Right after this, 10:14 to go in the 4th quarter.
At Western Illinois University, Leathernecks don't just blend in. Our purple stands out. Our students are innovative, creative, and resilient. At WIU, there is limitless potential, with campuses in Macomb, the Quad Cities, and online. Visit wiu.edu/potential to become a Leatherneck and get an education that stands out.
I see acute injuries on the field. I see ankle sprains. I see ACL knee injuries, as well as in the clinic. It's very rewarding to see them from on-the-field injury to rehab to transition back to their event.
Well, I've always had an interest in the medical field, and then growing up, I actually went through physical therapy myself for an injury, and that got me back to playing my sports and the activities that I loved. So seeing that firsthand, I got to see how much physical therapy could really.
And welcome back to Scioto, Illinois, as McDonough Telephone Cooperative bringing you Cyclone Sports on TSSR Game Time Live. There's the pitch again to Wart, and he could have cut that upfield, and he did not. And now a cramp for a Cyclone on the far side. Wart's going to gain 3.
Number 18 had a very good block on that one. Just like you said, you want to cut that inside instead of running it out towards the sideline.
If he cuts that inside, he's gone.
Yep.
It's a very, very hot day today.
This is one of those days where you gain 5 pounds in water weight.
59-0 at LVC between the Titans and the Miners. Titans with the lead.
One of the more surprising teams as of late. The West Hancock has been playing very good recently, being able to keep it close between Macomb and now showing their dominance over LVC.
Well, now that I know who Captain Potato is, he is kind of a couch potato. I'm just going to say that. Well, anyway.
I think I have an idea of who you're talking about.
I love getting harassed by my friends. It's great.
You do it every Friday at lunch.
That's true. I do. You're right. Sports group every Friday at Gel Sosimo's. Chris Dewar's here getting some shots today.
Chris Dewar getting some reps on the field.
And still a player down on the far side. Just more cramps, and there's a lot of it going around as it's a hot one. Are we listening to Mario music right now?
It was Punch Out, then it was Mario.
I didn't recognize Punch Out. So we got a little time here, apparently, trying to get that.
So
cramps might be one of the most painful things on the face of the planet, in all honesty.
No one likes to wake up with a cramped calf at 3 o'clock at night. I experienced that all 2021. But
the other thing that I hate is foot cramps when you stretch your foot out in the morning and you wake up. That wakes you up in a hurry.
But, Dwayne, it's week 6 right now, so you're starting to see a lot of teams finalize their form and what they're going to be going into the postseason. And now it's starting to get to the point where wins need to start becoming wins now, because if by the time it's for like Macomb, for example, they're 3-3. They haven't played enough teams to get enough playoff points to make it in, so it's starting to look like that they're having to win out. And even with a team like, West Hancock, they might have the playoff points to be able to do it, but they might not be able to get to the qualification there.
That's Carter Hitz trying to get off the field with the cramp. Cramps are the most horrible thing, man. I'm telling you what, folks, and it's so hot today. I mean, we are at a point in the season taken where it shouldn't be like this. I mean, it shouldn't be
like
this
week
hot.
One all
Is it
over
34,
again.
not 44? Oh, it's Austin Nelson, excuse me. I could never see his left number as he was walking. I saw the 44 and thought it was him. It's 34, Austin Nelson, with the cramp. And it doesn't look like that cramp is working its way out at all.
Yeah. It's one of those cramps where when you wake up tomorrow morning, you're not going to be able to walk straight.
Yeah, it's going to hurt for a week.
You better have a leg cramp, though, than a back cramp.
Getting him off the field, getting him a bunch of water. Now, and Wart is going to be brought down short, and he just leveled Fulton, and if he hadn't hit Fulton, he might have went for a first down, but he's going to gain 1 on the play, needed 2. It's 1st and 10 Cyclones on the turnover on downs.
Yeah, Fulton on that one kind of tackled his own guy there by just not really staying still, but blocking at the worst time.
Or Wart ran it to the wrong spot, one or the other maybe.
True. But
so Cordell's going to come in to replace Nelson.
Now you're starting to get to the point where you want to try to build off something and try to get something going.
They're going to spread it back out now. And
almost a ground there, almost an intentional grounding it seemed.
Javier, the rush, and I really thought number 35 was lined up off sides, but no call. It's an incomplete pass. 2nd down and 10.
Sometimes you can get away with those false starts and offsides this late in the game, just because the refs are used to you following the rules. Four wide.
Cordell goes in motion. Handoff's going to go to him on the inside handoff, and he's going to go for a gain of 1 or 2. Coming up to make the stop is Wart. It's a gain of 2 for Cordell. He's got 4 yards on 2 carries. It's a short 2. It's third and 8. Clock running, 9:25 to go in the football game. Been a pretty long game, really.
Yeah.
For here in the second half especially, it has not moved very quickly. Been a lot of turnover on downs, a lot of changes of possessions, not a lot of moving of the football.
Yeah, I mean, also, too, we had a player ejected. We had a cramps. We had an official meeting over there. It's just all those recipes cook up for a long half.
And Hester's going to be brought down in the backfield. Walker is there, I believe, number 47, and also number 77, Robinson, were there. It's a loss of 6, 4th and 14.
Bringing out the punting unit now. So far, despite the first quarter, both teams have been fighting very good defensively. Just sometimes you wish that defensive prowess came earlier, though.
Austin Nelson trying to come in to punt. We'll see how this works out. He hobbled his way in. We'll see if he can get the punt off here.
Might kick with his non-cramped leg.
On the ground, he picks it up, gives it a boot. It's a short punt. Might roll backwards if it bounces. Nope, but get a good roll out of it. And they hit the punter. And Coach McCormick is losing his mind.
I mean, you want to protect your teammates. You want to protect your players as much as
Rutherford,
possible.
the white hat, just staring at him. But if he got hit, he got hit, right?
Yep.
Wouldn't think that would be too hard to see. Of course, sometimes they call it a fake hit or whatever, but
a flop.
Yeah. Coach McCormick is less than impressed. 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
21 hobbling off the field, Hilton. So now, assuming you're just running out the clock if you're the Indians, but they might try something to work in a little bit, something that they're seeing in practice that they want to try out in the field.
Coin in motion. Ward on the handoff. He goes right up the middle. He's going to go across the 35-yard line. Give him a gain of 3.
Eli DeCounter substituting in for Gray.
Yeah, probably see a lot of numbers go in and out of this one now.
Yeah.
For both teams. 7:30 remaining in the fourth quarter. As Tegan said, Pawnee probably happy to let as much time run off as possible.
Yep. Running the option here.
It's going to be an option to Coin, and Coin's going to get ran out of bounds. He's going to get a little bit of a gain, but not much.
I think that was a bit of an RPO there. They had a wide receiver open down there, but I think the quarterback didn't really want to try and risk it, so he just went out with the nice little flick pass.
Yeah, I still gave him the run, even though it might have been forward. I gave him the run anyway. It was supposed to be an option, but he got ahead of the quarterback.
Thank goodness the wind is coming in, being able to blow away some of this hot air for the moment.
Yeah, it's been windy today. That's the only bonus, only lifesaver of the day, I think. And now we got a timeout. Charge to Pawnee.
Seven 7:17 to go.
They're down to one timeout. Cyclones still have 2. 30-0, 7:17 remaining. And you were talking about playoffs with week 6. Teams really looking at playoffs now, Tegan. And some teams that started the season off really well are now faltering a little. And some of the teams that didn't start real well are trying to figure out a way to get enough wins to get into playoffs.
Yeah. Like, for example, Mercer County started off with a very not so great start, but now they're starting to rally some wins together, 3-3. So they're looking to try to finish the season out to get in, and even some out of my brain just gave up on me, but even some that we don't cover, like New Fork from a while ago. They were 3-1, and now they're starting to get more and more towards the playoffs as well.
Yeah, so West Central started 0-4. They've won 2 in a row. And I8FA, they need to get to 5-4. If they can win out, they could get into playoffs, and that'd be a huge turnaround from the way the season started for the defending state champions. Yeah. Of course, BPC was 4-1. They really thought they had a great chance at the playoffs but they lost to West Central last night. They're now 4-2, and they've got some really tough competition coming down the pipe at them. 4-1 Cyclones here as that ball is thrown incomplete.
And even for West
Ward gets hammered by Carter Hitz.
And even for West Prairie, too, starting out undefeated. I believe they were, 4-0 at one point?
They were. They're
and now
looking to go 4-2 now, and they've got a tough schedule the rest of the way as well.
Yeah.
With West Central becoming a better football team, their schedule got a whole lot tougher down the stretch.
Might be a very interesting 8-man playoffs schedule going forward, as isn't the best team right now.
Amboy got the win over Milledgeville in a battle of 1 versus 2 last night. A punt coming here.
Milledgeville might be a team to look out for going into the playoffs. They've been on fire, especially the week before.
And there's a return by Copeland, and he's going to get it at about the 28, bring it outside the 40. to the 42-yard line. That's where the Cyclones will start 1st and 10, as that was an incomplete pass, by the way, by Ward a few moments ago.
But yeah, Milledgeville, didn't they put up 70-something points the other day?
They did, but got beat by Amboy last night, 32-20.
Yeah.
So Amboy's the real deal. You know, you play somebody a second time, things can be completely different, though. And Ridgewood's a very good team. There's going to be some really good football played in the IDFA down the stretch. And the Cyclones, you know, in their first year, they started off with losses and then kind of battled their way back into the playoffs. This year they started with wins, and they've got to figure out where to find a couple down the stretch. As Cordell gets the handoff up the middle.
But yeah, like I said, now's
for gain of 3.
Now's the time when you need your guys to come out and start being guys. With the injuries that are going on and with the next man up mentality, especially in 8-man football, you got to just start hoping that your guys can mesh together soon.
Talk about next man up, Isaiah Steffson for West Central last night. 44 carries and 316 yards against Bushnell.
Not bad for the freshman, right?
No, he's a junior, actually. But Cordell again on the carry, and he'll get very small gain. It's still going to be 3rd and 7. .6:05 remaining in the football game.
I know the scoreboard says 30-0, but, you know, for at least West Prairie, you have something to look forward to where you just had one bad quarter and you played 3 good quarters of football. As a coach, you got to have to move forward and be like, okay, we know what we can do. We just have to play that extra quarter to help us win.
Play a full game, right?
Yep.
Cordell around the end again, and this time he's going to go for little to no gain one more time. Going to bring up 4th down. We'll give him 1. Going to bring up 4th down and 6. They didn't even move the down stick, but I gave him a yard anyway.
Yeah. Look at you being generous.
Yeah, I know. Doesn't happen very often, does it, Take?
Yeah. Getting close to Christmas. It is the season of giving.
There you go. 5:15 remaining.
Though the season, Mother Nature giving us these very hot days have not been too forgiving. But like you said, next week we're getting to our first 60s and 70s games.
Snap down to Nelson again on the ground. Low line drive kick. Fulton is back there, I believe. He's got it going left side. Across the 40. Stays in bounds or tries to, but can't do it. 1st and 10 at the 42 again for the Indians.
Now, if you're the Indians here, you want to try to get something meshing together. After all, you don't want to. After all, yeah, you scored 30 points and you're winning the game right now. But this can be a little bit of a bad issue going into this. You want to start playing a full game of football as well. You can't just play one good quarter and expect to win the game. Trying to get some points on the board to be able to get a little bit of momentum going into that, being like, yeah, we got it.
They put the down markers the wrong direction. I was waiting for somebody to notice that.
Yeah, it's 1st and -10, actually.
Here we go. 4:49 remaining. Coin in motion. Handoff's going to go to Wirt. Wirt around the right side. He rounds the corner. His best run of the second half. Stays in bounds or tries to.
Number 42 shaken up on the play. Kind of gingerly walking right there. And we have another player down on the field. I can't tell who that is. Number 2, actually.
That is Copeland.
He's walking off.
And they're going to give 10-yard carry for Wirt. 153 yards on 15 carries.
So, it's tough in this situation where you want to try to get something going, but you also don't want to get you guys hurt.
One thing's for sure, if you can play an entire game in this heat, next week you're going to be able to play an entire game. 4:10 remaining. Coin in motion again. Hand off to Wirt. Hesitates, bounce it outside. Breaks a tackle, comes out of bounds. Gain of about 5.
I was going to say probably gain about 8 because he got and stepped out there at the 40.
No, they stepped out way before that. Gain of 5, 2nd and 5.
Copeland still on his hands and knees over on the sideline.
A lot of tired football players on both sides of the field today. 4 minutes or 4:01 remaining, excuse me.
Good news is this game is great conditioning for both teams. Like you said, if you can play full game in this heat, you can play full game anytime.
And they have an uncovered line here. There could be a foul penalty here. They didn't throw it, though. Pitch goes out to work. Sidesteps one defender, bounces it back outside. He's got some running room. He's got a first down and a whole lot more across the 20 and then runs out of bounds. At the step, well, he stepped out of bounds. That's the reason why.
Yep.
He stepped out of bounds before he ran out of bounds, and he knew he stepped, so he heard the whistle apparently and just ran out to keep from getting hit. So he went 21-yard line from the 43. That's a 22-yard run.
Twinkle toes down the sideline.
180 yards.
See if they try to push him over 200 today. That'll be nice for the stat sheet.
17 carries, 180 yards.
Say 10 yards a carry is pretty good.
Clayton Hunt comes off the field. Rice on the carry this time. Up the middle he goes.
They really haven't.
Nick Rice.
They really haven't ran any other play for most of the game. It's been motioning that wide receiver over, then handing it off to the running back.
33 Rice gets his first carry, 5 yards.
3:30 to go.
Clock's still running.
Taking as much time as they can off the clock. Probably just, again, run it up the middle.
Hand up, getting close to the 10-second, down to the 5-second mark. There's 5. And the pitch to Coyne. Coyne's going to cut it upfield. He's got some running room, tries to stay in bounds. Holy smokes, he got clotheslined over there. That's a pass from the 16 down to the 8 or 9 yard line.
2:44 to go now.
Give him a 7-yard pass there.
Clock runs again. We'll see if they are content with just kneeing it to end the rest of the game, or it looks like they're gonna go for it.
First and goal at the 9. 2:23 remaining.
Run up the
Rice, nice play, tracking him down from behind. Mikey Kitch. He's going to lose 4 on the play.
It's now second and about 12 yards till the end zone.
He's at the 14, actually. Second goal from 13 or 14. I gave him a loss of 4, so it has to be the 13.
Yeah, I think I might have to get new glasses.
It's hard to see from these angles up here, I'm not going to lie. Years of practice and educated guessing is what it's all about. Right, Greg?
Though your guesses aren't really educated.
Yeah, well, sometimes they are. And there's a pass, again, around the left side. It might be a touchdown. It is not. Ran out of bounds. Pass completed to number 7, Eric Bettis. From the 14, down inside the 5 to the 4.
No, I think I don't know. I think it's either the 4 or the 2 from here.
Yeah, we'll say the 3.
Yeah.
Call it 11-yard pass. Third down and 3 from the 3.
Looks like they'll probably just take a knee here.
No, they're going to run as much time. Well, they might take a knee. I don't know. They can't run the clock out, so I don't know what they'll do. They're going to hand it off to Rice, and he just tries to power forward, using as much time as he can. He's not going to get a first down. He may not get any ground at all. No gain for Rice.
Well,
3 carries for a yard.
I know this won't happen, but as the fun person in me says, long snap it and try to waste as much clock as you can.
Well, it's 4th down, so you can't waste. I mean, they'd have to waste 30 seconds, and that's not going to happen.
Crazier's been done. But, yeah, they'll probably just try to head towards the end zone here.
They will use as much time as possible. Going to be down to about 34 seconds when they snap it. Pass goes to Bettis, and he's going to be stopped short. Out there to make the stop for the Cyclones, number 35, Eli to counter. And it'll be a turnover on downs inside the 5 at the 3.
Yep.
So no gain on that pass.
And I think Coach McCormick might be just fine with kneeing. And
30 seconds remaining. It's 30-0, and we haven't scored a touchdown or a point of any kind here in the second half.
Yep.
Haven't scored any points for either team since the 7:38 mark of the second quarter.
Yeah, getting their offensive unit back out there. Yeah, and they're not going in the huddle. They know exactly what they're going to do.
Yeah, Hester's got to go forward, not drop back, though.
Yep.
Hand off up the middle.
End off the game with positive yardage.
Brigham Gray on the carry.
That'll probably be the game.
Give him a couple yards on the carry. And the clock's going to run out. Final score, 30-0. The Cyclones drop the I8FA contest to the Pawnee Indians. For the second week in a row, the Cyclones drop a 30-0 contest to the Indians. We'll take a break. We'll be back with some stats and hopefully a word with Coach McCormick in just a few minutes.
I went through MDH when we were trying to get pregnant. We were struggling the first year, and then when we got pregnant, I stayed at MDH and through labor and now for pediatrics. My experience was nothing short of phenomenal. I was met with amazing staff members who helped me through concerns that I had when she was first born, helping me learn how to be a new mom. It was really reassuring and comforting knowing that I had so much support and kindness around me. My entire pregnancy at MDH was amazing.
At Western Illinois University, leathernecks don't just blend in. Our purple stands out. Our students are innovative, creative, and resilient. At WIU, there's limitless potential, with campuses in Macomb, the Quad Cities, and online. Visit wiu.edu/potential to become a leatherneck and get an education that stands out.
When my parents told me they'd be using Adam's experts, I felt a bit replaced. I mean, they always called me to remove their viruses or get their printer connected to Wi-Fi. He even set up their new Roku.
How do I adopt a new son?
But then he taught me a few things. And now, we're like tech brothers.
Adam's Experts. Repair, maintenance, and setup for all your home technology needs.
When I walk in and talk to my patients, I like my patients first and foremost to feel comfortable. I like to keep it real with them. I like them to know that I'm there to listen to them and to help them understand some of the processes that they may be going through. The most rewarding aspect that I feel with caring for patients is when those patients come back in and they tell me how much better they feel for something that I have helped them accomplish in their healthcare.
Adam's Experts means business, and not just any business, yours. We're the experts in backup solutions, data privacy, and security, maintaining networks or even building new ones, because monitoring, protecting, and preventing network and computer issues is what we do. We'll work with you to assess your virtual IT needs and get you back to business. Trust the experts. Outsource your IT with Adam's Experts. Call today for your free consultation.
I chose the MDH OBGYN group because I've heard wonderful things about Dr. Smith. And upon entering the office, I really got along with everybody and got a warm feeling. The staff is warm and inviting and welcoming. It's a small community, so it's a really nice hospital to have here in the rural area. I continue to choose MDH because of the relationships I have. I really enjoy everybody here.
Welcome back to Scioto, Illinois, as we've done a telephone cooperative coverage of West Prairie Southeastern Cyclones football. The final 30-0 here this afternoon. Some stats for the two teams: 29 carries for 235 yards and 8 first downs for the Indians of Pawnee. Ward was 14 of 18 for 184 yards with an interception and 2 touchdowns through the air. Carson Wart had 17 carries for 180 yards. Coyne had 5 carries for 27 yards. Ward has 4 carries for 27 yards. And Rice had 3 carries for 1 yard. Coach McCormick on here for just a second as he's found his way up here. Coach, you played a pretty good 3 quarters. That first quarter just got you a little bit, didn't it?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not sure we played a very good first half. Positive, I guess, out of this second half, defense played pretty well, got after it. But I just told them there at the end, we got some guys injured. We got some guys kind of gutting it out that have some nagging injuries. That's part of football, I guess. But we're going to work next week to try to get a little tougher as a unit and as a team.
Hot today. I mean, really hot today.
Yeah.
And I know it's hot for both sides, and I think both teams had some kids with some problems. You've been playing, so I'd say you're in shape, but at this point in the year, I don't think kids or people are used to it being 97, 95 degrees this time of year.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty hot for week 6, but, week 1 and 2 is just like this, and, you just got to take care of yourself, and you have to kind of plan ahead a little bit when you look at the weather forecast. I mean, it's not like we were surprised by the heat.
Right.
So we need to, kind of look ahead, kind of take care of ourselves during the week, and especially on game day on Saturday. We got to hydrate a little more than normal, and take care of your body a little.